Microsoft introduced the first tablets and interactive watches a few years earlier than Apple did, yet they didn't get any popular because, guess what, the lack of product market fit. Hi, I'm Eleken, the founder of Eleken, a product design agency for SaaS. In this video, I'll tell you how to reach product market fit and make your product is indispensable for users. What is product market fit and why should you care? The term product market fit was invented by Don Valentine from Sequoia Capital. He used it to describe a startup that could succeed despite being a total wreck just because there are people who need the product so much. The definition may be a bit misleading. That's why we would rather go with the one by Mark Ederson. Product market fit means being in a good market with a product that can satisfy that market. Fair question is, what is a good market? It means having lots of potential customers who have some underserved needs and therefore are likely to use your product. There is a common belief that when you have a product market fit, you feel it. I bet if you're watching this video, you are still not sure whether you have the product market fit or not. Doubt everything, as Buddha said. Also, your intuition might not be that convincing to the investors. So how do you get the product market fit? I suggest you follow 6 steps of the lean product process described by Eric Ries in his famous book, The Lean Startup. Here they are. Find target customer, define what their needs are, develop a value proposition, figure out the main features of the minimum viable product, build an MVP, test and collect the feedback. If your initial idea for a product doesn't work out, the process of developing and testing it can become a lot longer. Instead of just going through 6 steps, you might need to go 12, 18 or even more. It all depends on how well your product performs during testing. In any case, you need to keep a close eye on metrics to make sure you're on the right track to product market fit. After each iteration of testing, you'll want to look on the metrics and see how you're doing. If you're not seeing the results you want, it might be time to reevaluate your approach and make some changes. Measuring product market fit. Alright, so when you're trying to figure out if your product is hitting to the mark with your target market, you're gonna want to take a look at some key metrics. There are lots of numbers and formulas to consider, but for now, let's focus on the basics of each. PMF survey or product market fit survey. Sean Ellis promoted this metric to be the main indicator of the product market fit. The product market fit survey is also known as the Sean Ellis test. The survey consists of asking one simple question to your customers. How disappointed the users would be without your product? Very disappointed or not disappointed at all? Or somewhere in between? There is a website that helps you ask that only question to the users. The magic number for the PMF survey is 40. If a certain amount of users would be very disappointed to live without your product, congratulations, you nailed the product market fit. Churn rate. Do people want to stay with you or not? The churn rate measures the percentage of lost customers to the number of customers at the beginning of the year. The annual churn rate is the most common metric, and the standard benchmark is set to 5%. The number is not universal. Each type of business has its own specific, and new companies will typically have higher churn rate than established ones. Be sure to check out my video where I dive deep in understanding churn rate and its impact on your business. The next metric is the Net Promoter Score, NPS. How much do people like your product? This one is easier. NPS is calculated based on answers to the classic question. On a scale from 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend this company's product or service to a friend or a colleague? This metric is basically a quantitative method of measuring the word of mouth, which is so important for emerging products. SaaS company that reaches product market fit gets at least 50 NPS. Last but not least, the growth rate. How many customers do you attract? Second month's revenue, first month's revenue divided by first month's revenue multiplied by 100, the percentage revenue growth rate. Here is a formula for calculating the average SaaS growth rate, but I recommend to go and watch my video about the metric to understand how it works and how to measure it correctly. And now let's get back to the product market fit. Many people believe that if business is growing, it goes into the right direction. However, it's not that simple. Having a high growth rate is good, but you have to be cautious of what makes it so high. If it's just the result of the market investment, then it has little to do with the product market fit. That's where we come to an important question: how to analyze metrics. First of all, don't worry if one of the metrics is far from the benchmark. There are plenty of examples of product market fit that work despite the metrics. Here's just one of the many cases. At the top growth rates of Facebook, their NPS was just 14. Metrics is a tool, not the goal. What really matters are the underlying causes that influence the overall situation, and consequently the numbers. There are so-called vanity metrics, which are basically just numbers that look good on paper but don't actually make a big difference in whether business is successful or not. For example, having 10 million users is great, but what if no one pays for the premium? Doesn't look that great anymore. The main rule of metrics analysis is to see them in complex, not separately. For example, you have a really high growth rate. rate. Awesome. The next thing you have to check is whether the return rate is not higher than the growth rate, and then whether the customer acquisition cost is balanced with the customer lifetime value. You can be sure you're doing great only when the metrics are balanced. It may be tiring to follow many metrics, but there is no single magical formula that shows your success. Though, just in case you found it, just let me know in the comments. If you're new to the world of KPIs, watch my video about 9 crucial SaaS metrics to measure your business success. In the meanwhile, let's take a look at the final and defining step of the lean product process, which is testing product market fit. First of all, get your product ready and get some people from target audience to try it. Having an MVP is good, but a prototype will do as well. Start with surveys to get the answers to the main questions of the product market fit survey, PMF survey and Net Promoter Score. Second, you need in-person interviews. The customers for the survey need to be chosen randomly. You'd be surprised how many people are willing to dedicate some of their time to help you improve the product. You just need to ask them. The way of phrasing questions is important. You won't get very valuable information if you ask what they love about the product. Instead, focus on what is wrong, what can be improved, and ask them why you should not use the product. The process of achieving product market fit is basically testing the value hypothesis. If your idea works and your metrics look good, then you've got product market fit. But if things don't work out, you need to iterate, change your product, or focus on different markets. Sometimes finding product market fit means completely changing your product. Did you know that Slack founders initially were developing a video game? The working chat was just a tool to simplify their internal communication, but at some point they realized that business communication platform would have a bigger market than a video game. When you're looking for the new markets, you need to check your product market fit with a new target audience. An example of this could be our client Gemaya, who started out focused on helping farmers, but then realized the product could also benefit golf clubs looking to monitor their fields. While changing your market might seem like an easy fix, sometimes you need to change both your product and your market to achieve product market fit. Product market fit is a big topic. Let's sum up what we learned from this video. Product market fit means that your product solves a problem that a group of people need to help with and are willing to pay for. It's super important for startups because without it, you won't have a solid foundation to grow and succeed. The first step is always to find a problem to solve. To measure product market fit, you need to look at the metrics like churn rate, growth rate, Net Promoter Score, and product market fit survey or PMFs. You'll need to test your value hypothesis to find product market fit and be ready to make changes if it's not working. And even once you have it, you'll need to keep testing and adjusting as your product, market, and competition change. If this video was useful, please hit the like button and subscribe, and see you soon.